Hey everyone, it's Coach Karen here with the end of year 2021 reading list, one of two that I'm going to make this year. As an executive coach and fanatical reader, I love sharing these end of year videos with my top 5 books of the year so that you know what you might be interested in reading, not only for your development of yourself, but for the expansion of your mind in the year ahead. And boy, did 2021 give with both hands. This year was a year in which I actually graduated a little bit from the self-help focus that I usually have in my reading to, and from personal development focus to the we focus, to an expansion into how do we serve, why should we serve, what is important about the building of our community and morality for the fabric of society. And I think I wasn't really aware that I was doing this, but the truth is, first, the books found me, but secondly, it did dawn on me in 2021 after the 2020 COVID crisis and the ongoing COVID crisis that we are living through a very fateful moment in history, that elections continue to be divisive, societies continue to be divisive, extremism continues to pop up in lots of different faces, from tribalism to cancel culture. And all of this is fueled by growing anxiety and growing uncertainty, which has even been experienced by me as a coach and as a crisis counselor. So I've been thinking a lot about, is there something that we can do, each of us personally, to mitigate the fear that we have of each other and the anxiety we have, and to come together without fear, without attacking? And these are the 5 books that really, really helped me to get out of the thinking through the filter of me and into the filter of we. I hope you love these 5 books. The first one is Clarity and Connection by Young Pueblo. This wonderful poet, whose first book, Inward, had a profound impact on me. And I absolutely love picking it up every now and again and just reading one passage and going back to my day. Thanks again to Yin Hin for giving me that wonderful book. Has done it again in Clarity and Connection. And this time, instead of the journey inward and the focus on the self, it is a true focus on how we then apply the healed self, the knowledgeable self, the conscious self to connection to others. I really, really recommend the passages of this book. As you can see, they're tiny, they're bite sized. It's a wonderful thing to take with you any and every day. The second book that had a profound impact on me and was recommended by Mr. Larry Perkins, the author of Don't Be a Stranger, who I have mentioned on my book lists before, thanks, Larry, is David Brooks' The Second Mountain. I have bonded with many, many human beings around this wonderful, wonderful book. This is David Brooks's epic tome. He writes for the New York Times. He's a conservative political op-eder, but has graduated in his life to from a life of self-centered climb, achievement focus, being at the top of his field, to a real life of morality, a life that is about community and about giving and about exercising the best of yourself for the rest of us. And that's what this book is about. It's really, really wonderful. It's particularly enlightening for those who, like me, are enjoying a midlife moment right now, the midlife reflection, which happens for all of us when we start to think, is that all there is? And that really brings you to a reflective crossroads. The other book I want to mention is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This was given as a present to me by my very good friend, Lindsay Raymer Costigan. Hello, Lindsay. Thank you so much for this wonderful book. Like Young Pueblo's book, these are deep reflections. These are longer meditations, not small passages, but longer meditations by Marcus Aurelius, the original thinker, one of the original great thinkers, that really is all about, I think, stoicism, about maintaining calm, about maintaining perspective, and about what makes a meaningful and good life. I start every couple of days with just a passage or a full meditation or reflection from this book. And it really has helped to center me and to think bigger and broader and anchor me in the life of my community. So I really recommend that one as well. And this brings me to the top 2 books of the year. The fourth book I'll mention, which is the number 2 book that had a profound impact on me this year, is Morality by the late Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, Lord Rabbi Jonathan Sacks, a member of the British Parliament, a man of incredible, distinguishing accolades and achievements, a wonderful TED speaker. Look it up. His last talk was absolutely wonderful. A podcaster and broadcaster, but also the author of this epic tome, which he wrote amazingly and was revised right before the COVID crisis. So, aware of what was happening, he passed away in November of 2020, but really concerned with the question, well, what do we do now? What are the specific things we can do as a human being to move from the politics of me to the politics of us, to togetherness again, to unity? I think that his book is absolutely remarkable and certainly gives a lot of pause and a lot of interest for thoughts ahead. And that brings me, you're probably curious if you followed thus far, to my favorite book of the year, which was actually The Way of Integrity by Martha Beck. I have it on Audible. I do not have it in paperback because I keep giving copies of it away. Martha Beck's book is focused solely on the self. But the truth is, her main concern is our own integrity, so that we may serve others' integrity. When we are brave enough to know our truth, face our truth, and really speak our truth, we are usually going to be interested in forming a more compassionate, moral, conscientious society. This isn't about judgment of what is moral and what isn't moral. This is really about concern for the greater good, putting the greater tribe before us. A walk away from hyper individualism, which has isolated us all, and an awakening to the fact that we really are all in this together, and this is all we've got. And we do and should love each other. This might sound a little John Lennon, but I think in his words that even if you say I'm a dreamer, I'm not the only one. It's been an absolute joy to read these books this year. It's my hope that they delight, inspire, and expand you too. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful 2022. Read with enthusiasm.